man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what?
To absolutely no one.
The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing.
All right. Made In Chafford podcast, episode 180. If you're wondering why we're still on the Zoom thing, I believe Eman is still in Tanzania. He might be back now, but in the flesh. Are you in the UK? All right. Well, welcome back. First of all,
Man's
good
back
to
in
have
that.
you back.
Man's back in that. Man's back in the uck. Pause.
Man's back. Man's back in the island. Do you know what we're island boys? You know,
It's crazy.
Island boy.
boys. Made In Chafford podcast. The real is back. The real is back.
Come on.
I am two Dems. I'm him.
He's him.
Him Neutron in the flesh. The best member of the dancing. The best member of the dancing. The best member of the dance in society. He's embarrassing himself every opportunity he gets dancing. Do you see what he did with Method Man?
No, I haven't seen it.
Have some shame.
What did he do?
Like, don't homo. Obviously, he's a good-looking boy, but he went up there saying, "Oh, do you know why they're all talking about us online? They're saying we're really good-looking." I'll send you man the video, but
He needs to chill.
calling yourself good-looking is insane.
I mean, saying it about another
Why not,
man.
though?
Pause. I'm joking.
Why not?
It's the way he did it.
Why not believe in the source?
Nah, I hear what you're saying.
You're a
Maybe I
hater.
am. Maybe I am. But there was an element of he needed to have some shame. Do you know what? I'm a hater. But watch the video for context and then get back to me. And then we'll have this discussion again.
All right, we'll talk about it in the next episode then.
But yeah, you man, do your thing.
Cole Sanusi, Don Corleone in the building, the one and only. Coming through your left, your right, surround sound, all that good stuff, aka L Coolins, aka C Note. My intro is all over the place because today has been all over the place, but we move regardless.
We move.
You know what I'm saying? Episode 180. Let's get it.
It's Eman G45. The G solid on my name. The 45 is silent.
Facts.
Come on.
It's Genghis Chibokwe. It's the Prince of the East. He's back in the UK. What else? Tinfoil Hat Eames. Black Mamba Dove.
Yeah.
The R&B voice is present but slightly ill. But yeah, we're here anyways.
Oh, there's definitely something going around. You man are fighting for your life.
No,
I'm all good.
It's not even
Oh,
that.
you just
It
had a
might even
stomach
be a
bug.
combination. Might even be a concoction.
That was like it was the week before last. But yeah, there's definitely something going around for sure. What'd you say,
No,
Eman?
my thing is different though. My thing is different. It might be a concoction because basically the last day of my trip in Tanzania, I had food poisoning. And it was just like excessive, sorry if you guys are listening, but it was just excessive diarrhea. And
Damn.
He was on that toilet.
yeah, it's one of them ones where basically you go, you sit down, you have that one good
And then
session, and then you're all right, innit? The next 10 minutes, your stomach is saying, no, I ain't finished.
How's
Damn.
that drum line in there?
You have to go back.
Young Nick Cannon.
With the
And then,
drums.
like, the energy you put in doesn't equate to what has come out, the outcome.
That's gross.
So I had a lot of that in it. And then, so like I just asked for a lot of bread on the airline. I just asked for so much bread on the airline. As soon as I came back in the UK, it was mad cold and I wasn't ready for it at all. As I wasn't feeling well, it just got worse. And then like even the whole miscommunication of what's going on. So like I didn't get to my own property, my own place up until yesterday, Sunday. So I
Did you fly back with
landed.
Kenya Airlines?
Yeah, because that's the airlines I booked with.
I'm glad you made it
Yeah,
back in one piece.
They'd never be seeing me again.
Yeah. But like in all honesty, it was just rough. This whole entire period of time has just been rough, innit? because there were certain things that were supposed to happen by Wednesday. So like by Wednesday, I'm in my yard, and then I get to do anything I need to do, making sure that everything's fine with me. But I only got back to my yard yesterday, and like
No,
the whole place is a mess. I left rice in the fridge, so like that needs to
that's
go.
rough.
Yeah. It's all mad. But in terms of the concoction I've got, especially with what's going on around, because it's so cold, like that just hit me as well.
Yeah, what's
So
that change been like going from hot to cold the way you did?
it's fake.
You're
It's
saying the weather
fake.
machines are working, yeah?
They're working extremely well. It's fake.
They're doing their job.
Cause like, bro, you wake up in the morning and it'd be like 5:40 in the morning. I'm going to the gym 5:40 in the morning, and then I see the sunrise, but it's like 26 degrees, and it's warm and it's nice. So then by the time I finish with my gym session, like maybe around like 7:30, like I'm just there sitting on the beach, just looking at the sun, the water, the cows walk by. Do you get what I'm saying? Like everything's nice and pleasant. And then I come back to the UK, it's just cold.
No, this place is
Everywhere is
depressing.
cold.
I don't think we're supposed to live like this as humans.
And you
I
also
just
get
can't.
confused as well.
Why are you laughing?
You also get confused as well because you're looking at
I'm
the
being
sun, yeah,
dead
but you're
ass.
like, you look at the sun and it's like, bro, you're not hot. Like, why? Yeah, it's mad.
I just it just boggles my mind why we put up with it, man. There's certain places in the world that have beaches and are 30 degrees every day. Your mood would instantly be better.
Oh, 1000%. You come here, yeah, it's just,
It's
you can see
depressing,
why
man.
people are just
It's
depressed.
grey. It's grey.
You can
Like
see
the
why
whole...
people are just depressed, man.
Man said it's sepia outside. It's just grayscale. That's crazy.
Oh,
that filter's on just
that's
permanently.
crazy. That's the name of the episode.
Grayscale is nuts.
Oh
Hey
my
yo,
god.
let's get
We
into
will
some
see
things,
Ant-Man.
man. Yeah. We've seen it.
No, Eman said it was racist. So I hear it.
No, I'm saying
Black man
it's
wants to get home and they're stopping him. Alright,
no.
cool.
Basically, I'm saying that the franchise itself is comedic. It's stereotypical, but it's comedic
Mm.
because you need those three convicts to at least carry the film. Like even though they are supporting acts, they still carry the film. Like the
Oh,
way
them
my
brothers.
man hears about like how he has to steal something. Oh yeah, so this person told me this, and then it was at a bomber's party, and then oh yeah, this girl came through, and
Oh
he sets
yeah,
it up
my
once
man. Where was he? Was he not in the movie?
Yeah, he
he
weren't in
weren't
it.
in the
They
film.
couldn't fit that character in.
Nah, they
To be
shared.
fair, what is he doing? What would he be doing in the quantum realm?
Nah, they got to bring my
No,
man
they
in,
removed
man.
him. They removed him because it wouldn't make sense because you have to have that character, the other guy, like the European guy, and then also Ti. But because of Ti's situation in like the trafficking allegations, they had to remove him. Well,
Yeah,
they
that's fine.
didn't have to, but they removed him anyway.
The only miss out of those, man, is the guy who tells the amazing stories, man. I don't care for
Michael
T.I.'s character,
Pena,
nor
yeah,
that.
no, he is missed
Michael
for
Pena
sure.
should have been in it, bro.
1,000. But again, I don't really know how you get him into the quantum realm. So, I don't know how that would have happened. But
They don't even have to be on the quantum realm. They just have to be supporting acts. They could be out there
yeah,
doing
true.
security and then afterwards hop on a podcast with Scott Lang and then just talk about anything. Do you get what I'm saying? Or
Yeah,
like
I hear it.
say like, oh yeah, like they had a beacon and then basically this one guy said, oh yeah, you got to come here and rescue me. Oh yeah, that's in the quantum realm. Like it would have made so much sense. It would have been at least like, it would have been what's the word? It would have been lovely to see that as like a continuation of like the films, but the fact that you just removed it off of there, it was lackluster.
You know what?
It's true. It doesn't feel like the other two films. And I mean, I'll always say this. Ant-Man 1, I think, is one of the best MCU films. It's criminally underrated. I really enjoy that film. And every time I rewatch it, I'm like, yeah, this is a good time. Feel how you feel about number 2, but I don't think this film, I mean, was as bad as people are making out.
I just thought it was average. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't amazing, but it was nowhere near as bad as people made it out to be. But I think
Thor 2
Eman,
exists, you know.
yeah,
Like
yeah, 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 true. That is a bad film. I think
there's
Eman has a point in saying that the essence of it being Ant-Man is lost. It doesn't feel like an
mm,
Ant-Man film. It feels like they've kind of tagged Ant-Man along on a film that's supposed to propel the Phase 5 MCU forward, but
yeah.
there's no real clear path of what's really happening. So that's probably where
No,
my
I think
disappointment lies. Like I know what they're trying to do, but I just don't think they're giving the audience enough to chew on, if that makes sense. Pause.
Agreed. And so
yeah, proper pause.
someone said it's not superhero movie fatigue. It might be multiverse fatigue. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense because this has been mostly BS, and it's is that what you said? We've not been rewarded for our loyalty at this point. Like from what's it, Black Widow to this point, what the hell's happened? Do you know what I mean?
No,
The story hasn't moved forward. I don't feel like it's been elevated, and that's not necessarily the job of every film. But I really thought that of all the films that could have done it, it was this one. Um,
no,
but
I
that's
think it's due to the fact that if you look at like there's one video I watched and basically they're talking about the franchise and how Ant-Man is a franchise about fatherhood, like from the very beginning. So basically
mm,
you see Hank Pym and his daughter, the Wasp, like their dynamic, and then you see Scott Lang and his daughter, the dynamic. And like even but like the film itself, the actual theme is a heist. Like one,
mm,
two, and three is always about a heist. However, the underlying theme behind it is always fatherhood, and I feel like it wasn't expressed in this film whatsoever in the same way that you'd seen it in one and two. Like in
mm,
one and two, you really saw like the detail of like what Scott Lang was trying to do to make sure that he was a great father to his daughter. Even like the repair and the relationship that Hank Pym and his daughter, the Wasp, I can't remember her name, but basically how they came together and actually plastered through and then, sorry, not plastered through, but plowed through the
mm.
whole relationship and actually got somewhere. Whereas on this one, it was like, yeah, bro, I'm the big bad, and I'm not lying. I know you like your daughter and you want to see her live, but you're gonna have to steal something for me. And then next thing you go, you fast forward 1,000 years of ants. They come save up Hank Pym. Do you get what I'm saying? Spoiler alert, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's
I
what they
completely
do.
forgot about that.
It didn't feel like it
But
was the right villain for Ant-Man. Do you know what I
It was
mean?
just
It didn't suit. It just felt a bit tacked on. Like I get they're trying to introduce Kang to us, but it just felt like it
it
was
could have been a bit more
a bit
fun
of
as
a
a solo
mismatch.
like Kang. I would have enjoyed it more as a solo Kang film, to be honest. Like that would have been more. Every time he was on screen, it was more interesting. His door is jarring, like, and we had to spend a lot of time with her. Um, there's just so many elements to it that I think brought it down. There is a good film in there, but like you have to get through so much.
The CGI
I just don't.
designers, whoever designed the worlds went crazy, man. I don't know what they were thinking up in there or what they were smoking when they designed those things.
It just looked like Spy Kids.
Yeah, they did a bit too much for me. It was a bit like, yo, all right, I get it. You have holes, congratulations, but this is looking a bit wild still.
Also, how can he continue to get smaller in the quantum realm? Like, how can he shrink in the quantum realm?
It's a good question.
If does it make sense? But
no, it
Yeah,
doesn't. I'm not here to answer that question.
there's no
I
point
don't
even
do
putting
quantum
thought towards
science.
it. Their man clearly didn't think that far ahead. I just think
and there's so many plot holes.
Marvel are in a bit of a weird situation whereby they're trying to launch this new phase as a whole new kind of concept and really force home the multiverse. However, I think they're missing the point in the sense where take your mind back to phase 1, right? There was a very clear plan. It was obviously about Iron Man, and then Nick Fury turns up, tells you there's an Avengers initiative. Okay, great. We know what's going on. If you know, you know, kind of thing. And then as the movies go on, they plant more and more seeds, and it's like a little bit of like a curve that's going upwards that kind of shows you where it's going to end up, where the plot is going to be. With Phase 5, it kind of feels like, okay, we've met the big bad now. We know what he's on straight away. What's the stakes? I don't feel any stakes when I watch this stuff. Like Kang got trampled on by 1,000 ants.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
insane. Like, how am I supposed to respect you? You lost to Ant-Man.
like I respect Jonathan Majors, but you got like that. It looks kind of brazy still.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I didn't even
Like
think about it like that.
how you get beat by
That's why I can't
Ant-Man?
respect him.
How you
Like,
getting beat by Ant-Man, bro?
I think the reason we respect Thanos so much is because he gave them man that work, innit? The first time we saw him, he was cooking. This man is not even in the kitchen at the moment. Like, what's he doing? It's
Yeah,
frustrating.
the thing is, I'm not all the way disappointed in the film. I didn't think it was that bad, but I am definitely disappointed in how they're treating the build up to whatever it is they're building up to. I just feel like it was kind of a poor way to kind of start the process. Maybe they tried to do a bit too much too soon.
And what makes it worse as well is the fact that he's the big bad out of the big bads. Do you know what I'm saying? Like out of
Mm.
all the variants, he's
Exactly, he's Kang the
he's the
Conqueror, isn't he?
opposite of
Yeah, exactly. It
He
makes no
Who
sense.
Remains, and he's like the worst version of He Who Remains, and then everybody else is just evil on just another level. So it's like if they
Yeah,
banished him because he was better than bad. Do you get what I'm saying? And then now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, two ants.
because he's not
And
him.
then
He's
Two
not him.
ants. That's the name of the episode.
That's crazy.
Two ants. How crazy that
so
is.
That's a real loss. Man did not stand a
so
chance. Have some shame.
Oi, that's so funny. Listen,
Yeah,
man,
I couldn't believe it.
it's not looking good. What's next on the docket? Is it Guardians 3?
Yeah. Which I mean, that looks good,
If
but
they don't land Guardians 3,
it's over.
then we have a problem because they've not missed with
We're in real
Guardians.
trouble. That's when you're in. You know when managers are doing this on the touchline, animated.
If it's the same stuff I had last week, forget it.
That's nice.
I don't want to eat
I don't
poison.
eat poison.
Listen,
I'm
they're in big
telling
trouble.
you. Yeah, for real. They've got to get sorted. I think that they might be too far down the line. I mean, I did really enjoy the end credit scene with Loki. I thought that was probably one of the best ones we've had for a while.
Yeah, I think that was cool. I just need them to kind of give us a bit more of a direction of where we're going. Because I just feel like I'm not interested. I'm really not.
and
I
you know
would love
what's
to
mad
be,
as
but I'm
well?
just not.
He said, "I'll beat up four," and you can't beat up Ant-Man.
Listen,
Bro,
it doesn't make
it's
sense.
making no sense, bruv.
He was, even if he survived and was like, "Yo, I'm coming back later. I'll spin the block," but he died. It's done.
It could be alive somewhere. My man was
I think
thing
he's
is
alive.
gone.
I think he's alive. Yeah. I can't be. Listen, I can't be badder than bad and then get badded up by an ant. Nah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Although shouts outs to Paul Rudd, that man is just naturally funny. Like anything he does, yeah, he's just that guy. Like he wouldn't even need to say anything, and just the way he reacts to things, and he's just a funny dude, man. I spent half my time laughing at him rather
Yeah,
than the
for
movie
real.
itself. He's got that about him. Like I think that's still fantastic casting. It's just a shame. And Jonathan Major's done his thing as well. I just think the plot and everything around it just dragged the movie down, unfortunately.
Fact. Which might be one of those, like, the way you grow out of things, and maybe it's the case of Marvel have said this for years.
Yeah, maybe.
But maybe it is literally just that you have to think when we started watching this, we were kids. And maybe the stories just aren't for us. Maybe it is geared to a younger audience, and we're seeing the holes now. Because I think when we were younger, we might have ignored a lot of this, and just have been in awe by the fact that they've done a superhero film. But we just might be at a point where we're going out of it. But to counter my own point, there's films that if they still, like the Batman that came out last year, we was all very impressed by it. So
no, I definitely think there's been a dip in the quality for sure. I think there's notably something shifting. Whether or not it continues in that direction remains to be seen, but the past phase that we've seen and this movie is, it's not looking good. And the general
Yeah, it's been
consensus
too
is
bad.
slowly shifting towards it because you see the reviews weren't very good. So it might be, the juice might be running out.
Mm.
So what
Yeah.
about your boy Ezra Miller? What about your boy Ezra Miller, Debbie?
Oh,
Say something now.
Say something now.
Say something.
That's gonna be your best friend in a second, bruv.
Hey,
No,
that trailer looks brazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it was insane. I can't even cap.
That trailer
phenomenal
looks
from start to finish.
absolutely brazy. I can see why they.
They went
I can
mad.
see why they broke him out of jail.
Yeah. He's gonna have to do. Yeah, no, he has to stay. He has to stick around for sure. That film looks so good. I can't even hate, but he's still a dickhead. First class.
Yeah, facts.
It's
They
still
need to
very
lock him
much
up
on side.
after the rollout. They got to put him back in jail.
Yeah, they got to put him in the bin, man. ASAP.
Listen, if he busts case,
I don't think he cannot. His crimes are abhorrent.
he could bust case.
It's
If
impossible.
the film is this good, someone could turn around and say, you know what? I dropped the charge
Allow it.
still.
He when you actually look at his crimes,
Yeah, he's a
nah,
wild
there's
boy.
no way. Nah, he's a
Ever
wild for
rest the
real.
people, yeah? Okay.
Held them captive with a gun in the house around a 2-year-old. I said, okay. He was on demon time. Honestly,
Man's really living life like Reverse Flash.
I've never seen anyone run around like this.
Listen, he's living his raps.
For real. For real.
Did you guys see any of the Tommy Fury and Jake Paul fight?
I'm glad that nonsense is over.
Um,
I can't believe he had a
No,
baby
I didn't.
and he was still doing training.
That interview is one of the
What happened to
funniest
your
things I've
child?
ever seen.
sorry, say that again to me?
He had a baby and he was still running around doing training.
Yeah, that happens.
I don't know, man. You've had a child. Let's push the fight back.
No, that happens. That always happens. They'll have a child and they won't see that child for what, 6 weeks, 12 weeks? That happens, bro.
It's not good.
Man was crying when he won as if he just like, I don't even know, man. It was just a
I
bit
thought it was for a
embarrassing to
real
see.
belt because he had one at the end.
That belt looked fugazi as hell.
I'm not carrying that. I'm sorry.
But you know what? The great thing is, yeah, everyone can put their head to rest and just say, you know what? What's his name?
Cool.
What's his name? Fury?
Tommy.
Tommy
It's Jake-
Fury.
Tommy Fury. Sorry, yeah, I forgot his name. But basically, Tommy Fury had now beaten Jake Paul, which was absolutely amazing. Congratulations, yay! But as far as Tommy Fury's boxing career, I don't know because
He's a bum.
I just saw the highlights and it's just like he could improve a lot. He could improve a lot.
He's very, very average. And
He
anybody
just
with
comes out guns blazing. Like
He's above average, but
chill.
he's not better than top tier.
Nah, definitely not.
Yeah, he'll get
Definitely.
found
Yeah.
out.
Jake Paul kind of surprised me a little bit though. A
Yeah,
little
he
bit.
held his own.
He was
Don't get
shit.
twisted.
He was shit, but he packed a punch at times. But yeah, it was just funny to watch, I suppose. Just got after watching that Tommy Fury fight a couple years back where he was fighting like Popeye.
You know when they make that noise?
I was gonna stick him up. That's
Yeah.
insane. Listen,
A man
man.
he was fighting against a bin man. He had to be. Put your arm. No, he did not even put his arms up. He was just eating them punches. I couldn't
Man
believe
said he
it.
was fighting the postman. I'm sick.
Oh, and just for that, you're getting it.
Just for that, you're getting it.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. But I am glad it's over because this is taking up so much time.
Facts. What else has happened before we head off? Is there anything we're gonna quickly discuss? Since we've
Liverpool
not
lost
talked for a while.
5-2.
Oh yeah, they got cooked.
I mean, this
They
is
got
not
put in the
this is
blender.
not a football pod, but I'll never shy away from cooking Liverpool. They got cooked.
Honestly, yeah, that was I was in Tanzania at that time, yeah, I was just sitting there. I was watching it. I was just watching it. I was like, oh, these are 2 goals. Oh wow, 2 goals. So then that's when I just went to pack. And then by the time I got on the plane, no, by the time I went to my yard, I was looking at the messages popping up, popping up, popping up. Like, what's going on? What's going on? And then I'm just seeing 5-2. I'm like, bro, this
They
is
got
not
cooked.
Liverpool.
That Milito or Mulatto goal, however you spell it.
Militao.
Man said
Man said
Mulatto.
mulatto.
You're
Big lotto, you know, you're crazy.
For real. That header is the worst defending I've ever seen in my life. It was
Joe Gomez is going to hell. And Trent and Joe Gomez are going to hell
he
for
was
that.
marking vibes.
Nah, they're both going to hell for that. I'm sorry.
Central Wee was terrible as well.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. They got to sort it out. I'm glad Darwin Núñez scored. Anytime that boy scores, I'm happy because he really should be dog shit, but he's fighting against the system.
Boy, it's crazy out here, man.
For real, the din is insane. Congratulations on the EFL as well.
Oh, thanks, man. I've waited my whole life for this. Nah, nah. I mean, the thing is, with Man United, it is what it is. Like, it's that thing where the club has been
that's it.
successful for so long, and like, it's been a bit of a lull in it. But then I kind of thought about it, like, and maybe I can expand this discussion out of football. But like, it's been 10 years since Fergie left, and that was the peak of the club, yeah. And since then, we've won 4 trophies. Now, that's not great, but when you think about it in context, on average, like not many clubs win stuff. Do you know what I mean? So to be able to come away with 4 trophies in your worst period, it's not like the worst thing in the world. Like I can't really look back at it and be like, this has been like depressing. Like some man, I read a stat that said Newcastle hadn't won a trophy in 57 years.
What?
Like, could you imagine supporting someone who hasn't won a trophy for 57 years?
As an organisation, what are you doing?
Yeah,
and we were getting cooked. Remember that time?
You're better off not supporting anybody.
Yeah, man, they support. Remember, people here used to support Grays.
That club got folded.
And Southend used to be a spot to support, but now, yeah, it's like, bro, no one cares.
I try to support them teams. I need trophies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, facts, man. We need the glory.
For real. All them people that think they're better than us because they support their local team, I couldn't care less.
Good for you.
You support someone because of proximity.
You get a gold star. You get a gold star for that.
When Jack's like, you man should support West Ham. I mean, commonly Islands, you know how it is.
I should support West Ham, to be fair. I really should, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is still.
Yeah, one of my guys switched to West Ham. He just said bun Arsenal. He just said I'm going West Ham.
That's a weird switch because at least Arsenal's still in London, so that's a bit dumb.
No, but I think Arsenal has just been high blood pressure for a long period of time.
Well, he's feeling stupid now because they're on the up.
Listen, it's even still high blood pressure. This is just a different high blood pressure. I'm watching games and thinking, please, anything to win. 2 points. Start of the season, I was just saying we're taking it game by game now. He's trying to suck me in.
It's the business end now. You'll do it. I think you'll do it. I'm unfortunately confident that you guys will do it. I think Pep is cooking. Go on.
Talking about business, what do you think if Kanye West goes back with Adidas? I know, of course, you have your own opinion about Mr. Ye, but
no, I don't.
What do you think about it?
I don't care.
The redemption arc is going to be.
I feel how I feel about Kanye West. I don't see that changing. What I will say from a business perspective is great for both parties, isn't it? They will shift the excess stock that they have, and they'll also be able to profit off of Kanye in the way they've been doing for 10 years. It's a no-brainer, really. It's just obviously looks a bit silly because they dismissed him for X reasons. But if you know why he was really angry, you know he had beef with one Don. He just happened to he just wanted to go yay about it and turn everything on its head. So yeah, man, go chop bread. If that's the case, you know, it is what it is. But
so you copping a pair?
Is it new designs or is it what he's got out now? Because they have payments for new stuff, right?
It could be a bit of both.
If it depends. I do need new crap, so maybe. I wouldn't say no.
He's gonna have to come out and apologize. Or do you think they're just gonna welcome him back?
I don't think so. I don't think he has to apologize because
no
they are
apology is
coming to
crazy.
him. Yeah, but they're coming to him though. They come to him and say, "Yo, listen, this."
I'm hearing that they've lost $1 billion already.
No, they're likely to lose $1 billion just off of Yeezys if they don't sell them. And the thing is, they can't burn them. They can't burn them because they have this whole campaign of like recycling and X, Y, and Z. So they can't get rid of them. So they have to do something with them, but they can't because it has Yeezy's name. Pardon me. And if they sell the shoe without Yeezys, like they won't sell.
Yeah, I can see why they're calling him back. $1
So
billion,
they're like, "Yo, bro,
and you can't sell them. Where do you keep this stuff?
In a warehouse."
Give it to the homeless.
I think they'll be silly to take him back and not give him what he wants. And I mean that by saying, if you don't give Kanye what he wants, then he's gonna do a mad thing again. It's gonna happen again. It's like you're making a deal with a Joker, innit? Like you know what man wants, yeah. And like if you don't give him what he wants, he's just gonna blow the ship up. So what's the point? What's the point of taking him back
in 2 years?
Listen, man, just give him what he wants. Get rid of the Don who pissed him off. Tell him to behave himself. Put a clause in his contract where it's like, listen, if you do X, Y, Z, you forfeit X amount of your business, and then be Gucci. Because obviously you can't give him you can't just go back to how things were because the man is unstable. So what's the point in dealing in that kind of business? That makes no sense.
I wonder if he'll take more of a
makes sense. If it really does happen, he's a true villain.
Yeah, he is a villain. He already knows this.
He's one. He is him. He's been him for the longest. I mean, to the point Rihanna still performed his music at the Super Bowl. I said, "Wow."
Yeah, but his music is never gonna. His music will never fade away. You can ask the most staunch Kanye West hater, like the music will never die. It's one of those things, unless he does something even more outwardly than the stuff he's done now. I don't think that's ever gonna change. But yeah, as far as business wise, boy, that man, I don't even know, man. I don't even know.
Fascinating times. That's a good question, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will see. All right.
Cool.
Music.
Good question. What have I been listening to? I'm gonna pick a song by someone called J.O. He's got a song called 22. It's pretty good. He's been teasing it on like TikTok and stuff like that. It sounds like Party Next Door kind of vibes. But yeah, give it a spin. I think you guys will like it. It's from the UK, I think.
Mine is Just Dance. I can't say his name, but it's a play on of Thingamajiggy's Just Dance. Anyway, Lady Gaga's. The boy sounds like Nav. It's crazy. I didn't like it at first, but it's really grown on me.
That song's a classic. I'm not even trolling.
No, she got busy. She cooked. I can never deny that.
Shout out to Akon.
Convict music, baby. His hairline is crazy.
As a common theme, as we spoke about.
Sorry, go on, man.
As we spoke about Ezra Miller and also Kanye West. This song is dedicated to the pair of them. It's a song by Mace. Welcome back.
That's a classic.
Gonna be on the thing.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Love that.
No, I can't believe you said his hairline looks crazy. He looks like he's got some. No, I can't even say it. We'll get cancelled.
No, it's insane. It looks like it's glued on.
It is.
At some point, you just got to give it up, man.
I feel like I could take it off. It's like, oh man, it's funny.
All right, cool. This has been a good episode, guys.
Yeah.
We'll be returning to the studio soon, guys. There's just a lot of logistic issues at the moment. Bear with us. We'll give you what you lot want soon.
All right. 180 in the books. Peace.
180.
Peace.
I love that.